Okay. So, how important? I mean, you're a guy that you got out of the military, started flipping houses, if I have the story right, end up becoming one of the largest real estate operators on the planet. How important is this idea of scaling beyond your current situation? How important is scaling to a company or to an individual?
Scalability is incredibly important. In the franchise industry in the United States, we have 4,000 franchisors who are trying to spread around the country. There's 10 of us that have at least 10,000 units each. Then it drops down dramatically to a bunch of brands that have 100 to 400, and then it really gets skinny, and you end up with probably 60% of the industry has fewer than 20 operating units.
When you refer to a unit, David, what are you speaking of?
If you talk about units, like Marriott is one of the top 10 in the United States, and literally now they've got tens of thousands of hotels and businesses they manage around the world. The rule of thumb in franchising is that it's a scalable operation, but you don't make money until you have at least 100 units open.
Got it.
And so 80% of the people out there have less than 10 or 20, and so they're not profitable yet. And the problem they get into is they don't know how. How do you raise the money? How do you get the private equity companies interested? You can't go public with 10 units. And then you've got the leadership, the management, the marketing, the sales. You got various state and federal laws. Everybody says, I want to be a franchisor, but they don't realize that realistically, you better start with $5 to $10 million to have the whole concept set up. And then you've got to market to beat heck until you can get up to breaking even. Until you get to 100 units, you have to sell more franchises and live off the franchise sales income and not worry about the royalty income.
Yeah, just so I understand, when units mean franchise locations?
Yes.
So REMAX has how many units?
Oh, it's 9,000 something.
Where, if you had to pick one of these, sales or marketing, you can't pick them both. Which is most important?
I would say that in franchising, it's selling the franchises. To get the scalability you need a lot of units open. All great franchisors provide 4 or 5 things. It doesn't matter whether it's McDonald's or if it's REMAX or if it's Marriott. That is, number 1, they have a unique product or service. Number 2, they have market share and a brand name. Number 3, they have training, systems, and technology. And number 4, they have group purchasing. So if you look at McDonald's, they're the biggest purchaser of potatoes in the world.
Wow.
And they're on contract with farmers all over the world for the next 5 years' crop. They've already agreed to it. They have inflationary adjustments so the farmer can make a profit, but they're literally buying a farmer's entire crop for 5 years in advance. And so I own a private golf course, no members. We use it for charitable fundraising events. And I went to my pro. We do have a pro shop, and we sell about $1 million worth of golf balls, shirts, caps, that sort of thing. And I said, "Do you have any catalogs?" I'm thinking, let's try to buy a set of new clubs for me for wholesale. And he smiled at me and he says, "Dave, we don't sell clubs. To be honest with you, figure out which clubs you want, then go to Goldsmith or something like that. They sell retail far less than what we can buy something wholesale." That's the scalability of it.
So which would you tell an agent they should focus on? If the agent had to focus on 1 in 24, would it be the sales or the marketing as a skill set?
I would say that a new salesman has to take any kind of a deal he can get a hold of.
Yeah.
Most of the really successful top producers, they specialize. They'll either be buyer agents or they'll be seller agents, become the expert in that neighborhood, go door to door, meet the neighbors, do a constant mail out campaign, make yourself a big fish in a small pond.